Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Shalom, Yashala, peace, Israel, Kol Halor, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. It's the brother Abal Gabar from the Camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa, Florida, coming at you with another quick lesson. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who teach Ruel peace and infinite salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad doing this work in truth and in sincerity, teaching the names of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and prophesying against Mount Seir. I got this video. I'm gonna play this video where you have military vehicles, tanks, helicopters, and just military vehicles popping up in the United States on United States streets. And we know the plan of the wicked elite is to usher in a new world order, all right? And they will declare martial law, okay? When this new world order is established, you know, they're gonna do, you're gonna see a lot of death, destruction. You know, you're gonna have a lot of chaos in the streets. Like the order out of chaos. They have a slogan, order out of chaos, where the elites, they bring chaos to this earth and then they establish order. All right, so let me go ahead and play this video. So you see, we getting prepared for war, man. You know, America is getting prepared for war, and there will be martial law declared. So we entering into a time of trouble, man. A time of Jacob's trouble. All right? You know, we got to wait and see, but there's going to be different planned attacks. Something big is about to happen, man. We see the crash of the dollar, the ushering in of the currency. Now, let me go ahead and zoom this out. It says U.S. military are being seen on U.S. streets as FedNow crash reset is nearing. So as this crash is coming near, the crash of the dollar, the militaries are getting prepared for what? For war. All right, and there will be a time of trouble, a time of war coming to this land of America. All right, when everything fails, when the money fails, there's going to be civil wars, civil unrest, and this is all prophecy. All right, you read 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. That's the times we coming into. All right, and then it's going to be 2nd Ezra 13 when Yahushua comes back on that chariot. But we entering into a time of war. The scripture says there's a time of war and a time of peace. We entering into a time of war. And this war is going to be ended with nuclear missiles, man. The ICBMs, World War III. We entering into World War III, man. This is Bible prophecy. World War III will take place in this generation, in the near future. All right, Joel chapter 3 and verse 9, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, all right, the heathens, the other nations. And all these nations, they dropping the US dollar, they getting rid of, the alliance of America, and they teaming up with each other. And they gonna come up against America, all right, Mystery Babylon the Great. Nations are getting ready to fight against America. All right, America has been the leading dominant force of the earth for a long time, but now these nations are saying, you know, we've had enough. So let's just team up and let's go ahead and jump America. All right, let's use all our force together to bring down this place of America, which is going to happen. And you're going to have martial law in the streets, and anybody who doesn't want to get down with the new system of America, the New World Order system, you know, the charagma, the mark of the beast, if you don't want to take it, you're going to be deemed an enemy. Right? They're going to have martial law troops in the street, military troops, casting people into prisons and the FEMA camps and destroying people, man. So we entering into a very serious time. The Bible labels it as Jacob's trouble. Daniel 12 and 1, Jeremiah 30 and 7. A time like never before where these military soldiers, they're not going to give no warnings, man. They're just going to shoot. All right? But it says, Joel 3 and 9, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And that's what the Lord, ultimately the Lord himself is a man of war. And he's the one who's preparing all these nations to go to war. All right. And really, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to fight for us. You know, we don't have a military. We don't have, our own sovereignty. But the Lord himself is going to raise brothers up. All right. The Lord himself is going to fight for us. All right. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let all the weak say, I am strong. So these nations are getting ready for war. And this is Bible prophecy unfolding before our very eyes. These nations going to war, and it's going to end with nuclear war, man. Nuclear missiles are going to be shut off, and America will be turned into a lake of fire, man. But soon you're going to see it's going to be an everyday thing, man. Cities going to be locked down. Going to be military soldiers in the streets. All the cities, man. People thought that the whole scamdemic was bad. Wait until you see what they do next, man. It's going to lock everything down. It's going to be real the military lockdowns, man. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen. Gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. All right, so all the mighty men of war and even the weak nations, they getting ready for a major war, man. All right. And that, hey, there will be a draft too. America's going to have a draft. There's not enough people in the military anymore. So they're going to be drafting Jake. Jake going to be getting sent off to war. And hey, man, if you getting sent off to the Middle East, and you ain't coming back. You ain't going to make it, man. They're going to send you out there to fight against the Lord. All right, send you on a death mission, man. This is 2nd Ezra 16 in verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. Yeah, like they show you that in what is that movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend. You know, the cities were all overgrown with trees and stuff like that, because there ain't gonna be no more maintenance. You know, it's gonna be, everything's on lockdown. When this war really kicks off, when America goes to war with these nations, it's gonna be military lockdown. Ain't gonna be no more food and water. You know, America's gonna shut down as a whole, man. Coming into a time of war, man. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Right, because a lot of these men, they're going to be sent off to war. They're going to have a draft in America. A lot of men, they're going to be sent off to war, man. In the wars, their bridegroom shall be destroyed, and their husband shall perish of famine. So this is the time we entering into, a time of death, destruction. When the dollar crashes, this place is through, man. But you see, America's going to try to fight. They're going to try to fight. They're going to try to keep their kingdom running, man. But it's not going to work. All right? Bear with me 1 second. This place is through, man. Now you go any certain places in America, you see military troops. And then you got the invasion of the migrants. And a lot of these migrants that are entering into America right now are military-aged men. You don't really see a lot of women. You see a lot of military-aged men. So there's going to be an invasion, man. Going to have different crazy shit going on. We got to wait and see. But we know that war is coming to this place, man. No matter what, war is coming to America, man. Civil war, civil unrest, the destroying of one another. These Americans, they're going to be killing each other, man. A time of trouble like never before seen, man. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack that come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All right? And shalom to the brother Naquam. So sorrow and mourning is coming to this place. Whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you got $1 million, you got a mansion, it's going to be a time of war in the streets, man. People are going to be breaking into people's mansions and killing each other. It's going to be a time of trouble for everybody here, man. Job 19 and 12, Naquan 5, his troops come together and raise up their way against me and encamp round my tabernacle. And that's right. And they're going to do that to the men of the Lord. The brothers, the sisters of the faith that believe on Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua, you believe in the Bible, and you're not going to get down with this system, which they're going to, you know, they're going to come out with their new world order. They're going to tell you got to pledge allegiance to this system if you want to continue to be a part of this society. And if not, there's going to be a death penalty. And they're going to have the FEMA troops kicking in doors, rounding Jacob. That's why it tells you in the 2nd Ezra, be even as pilgrims on the earth in that time. Yo, going to be on the move. A time of death and destruction. We're going to be in war. It's going to be a wartime. Hey, and you're going to have war laws, wartime laws. It's going to be penalty. If you break these laws, the penalty is going to be death. Revelation 13. And cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. If you don't want to worship this new world order system, they're going to cause you to be put to death. And they're getting all the troops ready. It's not going to be police officers. It's going to be military troops. And they're going to be getting orders to kill. Hey, these people, they don't want to get in line with the New World Order. All right, bring them to this camp over here. All right, and put them in the guillotine. They're going to come for Jake. Psalms 59 and 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from the bloody men. Yeah, there's going to be blood in the streets. These military soldiers, they're going to be getting orders, man. And they're going to follow the orders, man. That's one thing about the military. When an order goes out, the order is accomplished. All right? No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. Sergeant gives an order, that order will be accomplished. All right? And that's, you know, you're going to have a lot of unrighteous decrees. They're going to be saying, look, if you don't want to take this charagma, you don't want to take the mark of the beast, all right, you an enemy of the state, come with us to this FEMA camp. We got camps, we got troops, you know. Joel 1:15, alas, for the day of Yahushua is at hand, and as destruction shall it come from the Almighty shall it come. And that ultimately this is all leading up to the war of Armageddon. World War III that will end with nuclear holocaust. America will be hit with thermal nuclear missiles. It's going to cause a lake of fire. And if you're not the elect, you're going to burn here. You're going to melt here. Your mansions, your riches, your woman, your house, your car, none of that stuff is going to save you. If you have not been serving the Lord, your riches, your glory, your fame, none of that shit is going to be able to save you. And that day, everybody going to be brought to an equal playing ground. Everybody going to be brought low. And if you're not the elect, you're not getting lifted up. You're not going to make it out of here. You're not going to be saved. That's the whole, and everybody, hey, every eye shall see. People are going to see this. The day that the Lord comes back, the day that the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, sends his only begotten Son, Yahushua, to gather the elect from the four corners of the earth, man. All right, this time is coming, man. All right, you're going to have the military in the streets. Nahum 5, Matthew 24:7, the water for the scriptures. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. This is what we entering into. A world war. Nation, all these nations, they getting ready for war. And really, it's the Lord doing this. The Lord is doing this. This is the Lord's movie. He's preparing all these nations for war to fight the final war on earth, which is World War III, the War of Armageddon, which is going to end with those nuclear missiles and Yahushua coming back. This is it. We at the end, man. You know, we don't got another 20, 30 years here, man. This is it. This is finalized. This is why we need to be serving the Lord, man. So when he comes back, he can have mercy upon us and, you know, gather us. And then we can kick our feet back, man. Then we can, you know, smile and laugh and party, and then we can have fun. Now is a very serious time. Now we're not in the time of mirth. We're in the time of mourning. Hey, look, man, the time of trouble hasn't even fully hit yet. This is the beginning of sorrows. We see all the destruction and death going on all over the earth. This is just the beginning. It's going to increase. It's going to get worse, and it's going to come to the streets of America soon. It's going to be bloody here. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We see that. Jeremiah 51:29, Nahum 5, and the land shall tremble and sorrow. This land is going to be in trembling and sorrow. America. These proud to be Americans, you know, they live in their everyday life like ain't nothing happened. You know, the scamdemic, it came and it went. Everybody's back to normal. These proud ass Americans, they gonna feel this shit. Everybody gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. You got a 401k, you got $10 million, you still gonna feel it, man. Everybody's about to feel the death and destruction and the pain that's coming from the Lord. The Lord said he's gonna do this. 2 Ezra 15. I, the Lord, am gonna bring plagues, man. The Lord said that. Let me grab that. 2 Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, which is war, famine, lack of food, death, and destruction. The Lord said, I'm going to bring this. This is what I want to do. This is what Yahushua, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they saying, look, I'm going to bring war to this place. I'm going to bring death. So if you are in the right spirit, brothers and sisters that are of the elect, you getting closer to the Lord because you want to be saved out of it. You want to be protected in this time of war. All right? 2 Ezra 8 and 50, Nahum 5, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Great pride. And that pride is going to destroy people in this last days, man. You know, your pride is going to think that you can come up against this man and his armies, and you're going to be gunned down. You're going to be destroyed. But the elect is going to be saved out of it. Jeremiah 30 real quick. Let's go to it. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So this time period that we entering into, you cannot compare it to any time on earth. It's going to be worse than World War I, World War II, worse than slavery. It's going to be bad. People going to be starving to death. Military troops in the streets. Women getting ravished. Houses getting ran through. Buildings getting blown up. Like, you see videos what's going on in Ukraine, right? Bombs dropping. You just walking, people at the park. You just having a regular day at the park. Next thing you know, a missile drop. All right, excuse my language. But it says, Jeremiah 30 and 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob, you Israelites gonna be in trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's living their best life right now in America? Who's doing the most, as they say? Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who you see acting the fool the most in America. And that's why this time of trouble is coming for you. You're going to be in trouble. All right? So you see the military troops in the street, man. You know, there will come a time of martial law to America. Military troops sending out orders, sending out laws. You know, we coming into that time, man. Martial law is when you have military soldiers as your police force. It's going to be a police state. So you're going to have military soldiers all throughout the cities. They're going to be rounding Jacob, killing people. This is the time we entering into, man. So get your minds right. With that, Lord willing, it was edifying to the hopeful elect. Turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.